Alrighty, folks, I am about to put TYLG on the spot. Ty, I think it is about time that you and I headline in a Bay Area event. Now, of course, I'm putting it out there because I want people in the Bay Area to say, where should we do it? Go ahead and list the city. Ty, you've done lots of events over the time. I will leave it to you to decide, is this an evening event for a couple hours? Is this a weekend 8-hour thing? Is it paid? Is it free? What are you thinking? What should we talk about? Where should we do it? I just want to do an event with you to really thank you for all this stuff. So when I put that out there, what are you thinking?
Well, number one, anything with you, I want to do. So that's 100%. I definitely want to see in the chat or in the comments of the video what people really want. An evening, like a meetup style, or like an all-day Saturday, meet at 9 a.m., finish at, 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm open for all of it. But let me also just say something that I didn't get a chance to tell you, and you didn't know this. I'm kind of anti-event right now, only because, let me just tell you why, though.
Please, yeah.
That I'm kind of I'm like a little bit little jaded in that I see people come to events and not really get into the execution mode.
Oh,
and that's frustrating.
Yes.
That's frustrating.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I mean, so I haven't done a lot of events the last 3 years for obvious reasons, but I remember like 2017, 18, 19, I would see the, 10, 15 of the same people at all the events, and the answer never changed. Always shiny penny, squirrel syndrome, the next thing. Why do you and I go to events? It's because we're trying to change lives. We don't do, frankly, most of the events I put on, I lose money. So these events are not money-making things. These are meant to bring experts together from my Rolodex, our Rolodex, to change lives. And to put on those events and not see the success, it's frustrating. In fact, I think I've told the story. I used to, like, this is probably 2015, 16. I was getting invited to speak a lot. And I would tell the story of going from nothing to a bunch of units, thinking that's what the audience wanted to hear, because the audience was giving me what I thought they wanted, applause and, selfies and all that crap. I still remember going to the car and overhearing this couple that did not see me saying, good for them, I'm happy for them, but honey, we can't do that. It's too big. I'm like, God damn it, I just wasted an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours of my life. I will never do that again.
Yep.
So that's why I talk about 4. And I only talk about unit count if somebody really pushes me. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe we should do an event. What do you know, folks? What do you think?
I really, we didn't rehearse this for me to be the like, oh no, we shouldn't. But I want to say that, like, I think for sure that, and it's interesting you say like 10 or 15 people. If we do an event and there's 100 people in the room, there's 10 or 15 people that always come to everything but never do anything. Yeah. But then there's also the 5 to 8 to 12 to 15 that do come that are doing it. And so I want to say, I know who you are. There's a lot of them there, and they're the most active in the community. I love that. And then there's the other, let's call it the other, whatever it is, the 60, 70% that I always scratch my head. Michael?
You know what? I'm just playing. Again, we're doing this real time. We don't plan these things. If we're going to do an event, let's call it a Saturday.
Yep.
Instead of having you and I kind of be the headliners, maybe we'll open, maybe we'll close, but maybe we make the middle people that just did their first deal.
Yeah.
They did their second deal. Because I want to get you from 0 to something.
Yep.
And maybe you and I are too big, too old, too whatever. Why don't we just fill the middle with our Rolodex of people that have done one deal?
Like a panel.
Maybe we do a panel, or maybe we do a
couple panels
of 0. You have 0, you're interested, and we can ask them why, like hot seat, mastermind hot seats. Maybe we are the audience, you and I, maybe a buddy or two. We're poking at people on the hot seat. That'd be different. That'd be fun.
This is the other thing interesting too, is that in the comments, I'm gonna study these comments, by the way, over the next week. So after this video gets posted, I'm gonna study these comments. I want to also, I would throw out this idea too. So I love the hot seat. I love the idea of panels. You haven't done your first deal. What's holding you back? Or you've done your first deal. We could almost do both panels.
Yeah, probably.
And then I like the idea of even maybe, so we'll do it this way too. Let's throw it out there. We could do it a small, intimate, like only for members of the one rental at a time community.
Yeah.
So we could do it in a more like a mastermind, but a kind of an exclusive event.
Yeah.
Or do you want to see, and I think the comments tell us what to do, or do you want to see something that's, you know, more open, you know, a small fee. We're not doing, we're not going to make money, 10, 15 bucks to cover the door, or free. Maybe we get a sponsor, one of the hard money lenders, something like that. We want to hear from you. What would you want to see?
Yeah. It's funny. One of the things that Jason Pritchard and I have talked about going back to Fresno was kind of doing this. And again, this might work here. We do an all day Saturday event, kind of low cost, cover, you know, 8 hours. But then we do offer an intimate Sunday session, hands-on, look at properties, go look, you know, like, how are you set up? What's your mailers look like? What's your, you know, all of these other things. That would be obviously more expensive, and it'd be like, you know, capped at 10 people or something. There's just lots of things we could do.
I like this. I like the direction we're going. I did something similar to that back in 05, 06 and with Tom Ferry, where we had people come to Fairfield. We did a bus tour, all of that. But this is the most, I think this would be fun too. I'll throw this in there, where maybe what we do too is people bring their leads, whether it's agents, whatever, and you do underwriting, you break it down, you run the numbers, you like do an analysis.
When I pay for it,
yeah, on the spot. And then even if they had live sellers, maybe I can call the sellers on speakerphone. Like that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun too. So to me now, I'm all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this would be fun.
Yeah, let's move the needle. Let's really kind of help people. I really like the idea because I always think about the audience. That's always where I start.
Yep.
And what we just talked about here would be like an event I've never seen. If you've not done a deal, congrats, you're on the panel. We're going to find out why. Congrats, you just did your first deal. Let's talk about that. Because again, sometimes we go up there, we're both over 50, we both have 20 years plus experience. We're not relatable. We try, but we're not relatable. Yep. We both have Rolodexes that we get deal flow and we don't even do anything anymore.
Yep.
That's not relatable.
Well, I'm still working. I'm still making calls, Michael.
But what I'm saying is you have this other stuff.
Yeah, no, those are the extra. Those are
the cherry on top.
The cherry on top. It's funny that I even purposely. This is funny, Michael. You'll like this. Normally, I don't have my headset on. Normally, I just have my microphone, and I use the external speakers. I have my headset on because the minute you and I get done, this is the way of me saying, okay, now you got to
make some
90
calls.
minutes of follow up.
Every
day Saturday for you. I said this. I think people appreciate. Every day Saturday for Michael. Every day for me is Friday. I still got to get some things done, but I'm excited to hang out and spend some time.
Excited for the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh man. So do us a favor, folks. If you are in the Bay Area, I would love to do an event with my co-host or Ty. Where should we do it? What city?
Yep.
Weekday, which be a couple hours in the evenings or weekend. Big, meaning 100 people, or intimate, call it 10. Do you want to be on the hot seat? Do you want us to bring in people? What do you want? Leave us notes below. Leave us comments below. Ty and I will be looking at this over the next week. Ty, have an amazing 4th. Thank you for being a big part of the channel. You're here on Mondays and Fridays, and I appreciate every opportunity to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.